What if I told you that the kind of twist no one in their wildest dreams could have predicted has just detonated inside WWE? The Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar, the same man who has gone to war time and again with Roman Reigns, has now done the unthinkable. He has aligned himself with the tribal chief, and together they have set their sights on one target: Seth freakin' Rollins and his grand vision for WWE. This isn't just a potential match in the making, this is the birth of an all-out war that's about to erupt on SmackDown and could rewrite the company's entire balance of power. The WWE Universe is still reeling, struggling to process what they saw, because in an industry that thrives on shock and swerve, this was on another level entirely. Roman Reigns has reigned for years with the bloodline at his side, but after internal fractures, betrayals, and Solo Sikoa carving his own path, many questioned whether his empire was crumbling. Rollins, draped in the self-proclaimed title of The Vision, positioned himself as the savior of WWE, promising to usher in a new era free from Roman's domination, gathering momentum, followers, and influence with every passing week. But last night, that vision was shattered into dust when Brock Lesnar's music hit, and instead of charging in to destroy Reigns like so many times before, he walked into the ring, stood shoulder to shoulder with him, and together sent a message to Rollins so brutal and so final that the entire arena seemed to stop breathing. These two men have been sworn enemies for years, clashing in WrestleMania main events, spilling blood at SummerSlam, tearing arenas apart in their battles, yet here they were, united. Why? Because they have found a common enemy worth putting aside their personal history for. Rollins has spent weeks mocking Lesnar, branding him a relic, claiming WWE had moved past the days of pure brutality and into an age of vision and creativity. For a man like Lesnar, those words weren't insults, they were a declaration of war. And Roman, having his own vendetta against Rollins, saw the perfect moment to weaponize the beast. The main event that night painted the picture perfectly. Rollins had just survived a grueling fight against LA Knight, surrounded by allies, when Reigns' music hit, drawing a roar from the crowd. Tension built, every eye watching, but then Lesnar's theme hit and the arena exploded. Everyone expected carnage between the two, but instead, Lesnar circled the ring, stepped in, stood beside Reigns, and without warning delivered an F5 to Rollins, followed by a crushing Superman punch from Roman. Rollins lay motionless as the two most feared men in WWE history stood side by side for the first time. Backstage whispers say Paul Heyman may be the puppet master here, having once been the advocate for both men and now perhaps orchestrating the ultimate alliance to destroy a shared enemy before letting them implode on each other later. Rollins' faction, bolstered by names like Finn Balor and Damian Priest, has been growing stronger, promising to dismantle the Bloodline's grip, but now they face a nightmare far worse than the Bloodline, the Roman Lesnar war machine. Rollins addressed the attack on Raw, shaken but defiant, vowing to burn their alliance to the ground. Though his voice betrayed the reality, he knows he's in deep trouble. WWE is already teasing that next week we'll see Reigns and Lesnar together in the ring to explain their union, but some believe this partnership could evolve into a mega stable blending Bloodline veterans with new recruits. Meanwhile, Rollins is scrambling to fortify his position, reportedly reaching out to former allies like Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens in hopes of forming a resistance force. The possibilities are staggering: a clash of Roman, Lesnar, and the Bloodline against Rollins, Rhodes, Owens, and perhaps Sami Zayn at Survivor Series could be the kind of WrestleMania-level war fans talk about for decades. Social media has erupted. Hashtags like #Roman and Brock and #Vision destroyed trending worldwide. Fans divided between calling it the greatest swerve of the decade and warning it will destabilize WWE entirely. Even AEW stars have weighed in, with MJF taking shots at the two-part timers, only fueling the fire. The chaos could spill beyond Rollins too, Solo Sikoa's version of the Bloodline, backed by Jacob Fatu and Tanga Loa, has been ruling in Roman's absence, and with Lesnar in the mix, an internal civil war feels inevitable. Picture Lesnar going head-to-head with Fatu in a monster showdown while Roman maneuvers the political power game behind the scenes. And hanging over it all is the question no one can answer yet: is Lesnar truly loyal to Roman, or is this just the setup for the most devastating betrayal in WWE history? Whatever the truth, SmackDown has just transformed into the most dangerous battlefield in professional wrestling, and the path forward promises to be violent, unpredictable, and absolutely essential viewing.